going on, Jerome's? So the Minnesota Vikings have been looking for some stability at center for quite a bit. And Garrett Bradbury, the Grim Reacher, first-round pick in 2019. He was supposed to be that physical freak at the pivot for many years, but first couple years, not so much. The last couple years, sure, but injuries and also age is starting to become a factor too. So, I don't know. We got to keep all options open. And the thing I love about Kwesi, so Kwesi's not afraid to take a chance, right? So Kwesi comes from that Wall Street background. Like, he will take shots. Like he will take maybe some leverage risk in terms of taking chances with the Vikings. And the thing that Kwesi loves is high draft pedigree guys and also medical guys. And it's a combination of mama, I can change him, mama, I can fix him sort of situation with the players. And I respect that, because if it doesn't work out, who cares? But if it works out, baby, you might have a stew going. Long story longer, Connor Williams, a great center for the Dolphins, is still currently a free agent. And yes, he is coming off of an ACL, which we'll get into in a second, but he's back, baby. He's back. Schefter, former Cowboys and Dolphins free agent center Connor Williams, who is coming off season-ending knee surgery, expects to be ready for the start of the season and is in discussions with multiple teams about where to play in 2024. He plans to pick his new team before training camp begins. Now, when you say, well, there's multiple teams, so why even bother? That's always a baloney. Hey, remember when multiple teams were in on Dalvin? Yeah, it's always agent speak, and the agent is obviously using Schefter like a sock puppet in this spot. But Connor Williams got some game, so let's talk about him today. Background: 27 years young, 6'5", 312, a former 3-star recruit from Coppell, Texas. Took his talents to Austin. Hook him. Became an All-American left tackle for the Longhorns as a sophomore in 2016. Unfortunately, couldn't replicate his success in 2017, his junior season. Got injured early on and just didn't put together a good campaign in year 3. Otherwise, he was projected heading into his junior season as being the number 1 left tackle and maybe even a top 10 pick. So, that's where the talent is. Dropped to the Cowboys in the second round, number 50th overall in 2018. Remember, that was the year that the Vikings got Brian O'Neill at 62. Seemed to work out. 4 years at left guard for the Cowboys, and then signed a 2-year free agent deal with the Dolphins in 2022 to play center, and he thrived. And he turned into a top 5 center in Mike McDaniel's scheme. 2023, he was second overall in PFF grade as well as run blocking grade before unfortunately tearing his ACL late in the season, week 14 against the Tennessee Titans. And also, his injury was so severe that there had been rumors and speculation that he may be forced to retire, but I'm glad that is not the case. Now, Williams, his contract projection via Spot Rack is 2 years, $16 million and change. Now, there's a lot of factors in that. Health this year, and will he get more than one season? Probably not, but either way, the Vikings do have $26 million in cap space this year, and obviously have a bajillion in cap space next year, so that isn't really an issue. And Williams, when he's healthy, he is a absolutely elite center. He does have positional flexibility. He was a great college tackle. He was a solid guard for the Cowboys, and he's become a fantastic center for the Dolphins. Leader on and off the field. He's one of the first guys in the building, last guys to leave. First guy in the weight room. Barking at dudes type player. A strong anchor and plays a great leverage, even though he is a little bit taller. She's too tall for him at 6'5". He is a catalyst in the run game as well. It really is a straw that stirred the drink up front, where the Dolphins were racking up great run games with the Kane and Mostert, etc. Also operating in a similar system up front with the Dolphins, the Vikings, very similar concepts up there. Plus, he is 2 years younger than Bradbury. So even though he was in the 2018 draft class, he came out as a true junior, whereas in 2019, Bradbury was a super senior. So he's almost 2 full years younger than Garrett Bradbury. Plus, I know that the agent said that there's multiple teams involved. There won't be an insane demand, right? And the Vikings, so I know that people poo-poo the Vikings offensive line, but I kind of like the makings of this. So Darrisaw and O'Neill are the givens, yes. Bradbury, I mean, he will be starting, and then whatever happens at guard between Brandel, Reisner, and Ed Ingram. I do think that they feel there's a good future with Michael Juergens, him as a potential starter. Dan Feeney is solid depth. Walter Rouse could be develop into a solid swing tackle. So overall, like there's a lot to like there. But I mean, if you bring in Connor Williams, that you feel pretty good. Now, here's the thing about it: if you bring in Connor Williams, it's not necessarily for this year, right? Because he tore his ACL so late in the season, like he's a guy that if he's on a team, he's probably going to have to be starting off on the PUP list, and you may not see him till midseason, which is fine. But I know what you're saying. It's like, whoa, just sign him when he's healthy. When he's 100% healthy, there is going to be significant demand for him. I mean, there just will be. So what I propose is the Vikings should offer Williams a 2-year deal, right? So it's got minimum money this year, maybe even a league minimum, maybe some incentives if he does play the season, but then backload it with a decent chunk, 6, 7, 8 million in 2025 with a partial guarantee. So say like half it with some incentive. So basically, you get your foot in the door so that he can be in the building and facility, learn the playbook, develop some chemistry with Chris Cooper and all his offensive line brethren, and then basically you have him for whatever happens this year. If he takes a full year off, that's fine too. But you have his rights because. Say nothing comes out of the multiple teams this year and he sits this year out and then he gets that knee fully 100%. Then he hits the market next year. There will be a ton of demand, even at 28, even a year removed, because that's the nature of the business. But if you have him under contract for a decent below market rate because you committed to him in 2024. He already knows the offense. He's already ingrained in the building, as well as you have him for 2025, and then have him and Bradbury square off in a center battle. Or, I mean, if no one's really established himself at one of the guard spots, you put Williams in there too. And Bradbury is under contract through 2025, except zero goose egg. D'Angelo Russell of his base salary is guaranteed, and there's no like third day of the new league year triggers next off season for that money. So I say bring him in, let him fight. That's what we need to do, man. And so Kwesi needs to get on that horn, and needs to get creative with solutions. And again, Connor Williams, he's right up Kwesi's alley. Like, you have a chance for a low risk, very high reward player who still has plenty of prime years left as long as that knee checks out. And also, it's a spot where, again, taking chances on the medical guys. Kwesi loves them. Kwesi loves them, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings need to sign free agent center Connor Williams. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But next time, Skol. Production value.